Hello, I'm Atujamir and you're watching HornbillTV's Prime at 9. Now, news and details. The House Students' Conference termed the recent removal of the reserved forest signboard at Nagaland Assam border by the Assam government forest guards as an act of high-handedness and stated that it has hurt the sentiments of all the House, particularly the students' community. In a representation to Deputy Commissioner Mokokchung, the AKM stated that attitude of Assam government towards all the neighboring states of Northeast India is becoming unbearable. The AKM demanded the Assam government to restore the damage done on or before May 12. The office also cautioned that any unwanted situations arise, the Assam government will be solely held responsible.
Stand on the recent encroachment by the Assam police and forest personnel on its reserve forest on 7 May 2022. It should be noted that the land belonged to the Ao Kakashir Mungtang and Ao Nakas. We did not encroach anyone's land, and the land itself is belong to our students' conference. The encroachment made by the Assam police and the forest personnel is an act of cowardice, and we totally condemn it. The Our Student Conference wants to make clear that the signboard which was removed on 7 May should be restored on or before 12 May 2022. In regarding to this, if there is any eventualities, the Assam government should be solely responsible for it.
In a positive development for government job aspirants in Nagaland, it has been learned from RPP that based on the compliance affidavit filed by Nagaland government, the Guwahati High Court Kohima bench has on Monday been satisfied with the state government's undertaking, has disposed of the PIL on setting up of NSSB. It was learned that Justice S. Serto and Justice Nelson Celio ruled that the board shall start functioning and exams to be conducted at the earliest. After eagerly waiting for so long, the RPP said that this final ruling was a victory for the student community and credit goes to NSF, PSAN, ENSF as well as Acaba. In the initial years, the party has requested to start the recruitment process at the earliest, and age relaxation should be considered since many students have crossed the age limit due to the delay. The party also mooted the idea that interview in NSSB exams is done away with and only written marks should be taken into account in order to curb nepotism and favoritism. The general public of Longzang village under Mon district, Pomching RD block has alleged misappropriation of village development fund. In a press statement issued on behalf of Longzang village public, Kaiwang Konyak and Tamao Konyak alleged that after the appointment of Alo as VCC and Ngame as VDP secretary in the year 2010, no developmental activities have taken place in the village. Hence, the public have filed RTI letter and found that the sum of 4,79,24,510 rupees have been misused by them. Through RTI, it stated that the public learned that the department and implementing authorities had released the fund without verification reason best known to them.
In Council Hall, Chairman Acaba, Secretary Kampai, Immigration by Nyakpa, meeting manner, develop again.
Aji Muikan development napa para estate police na?
Oi!
Acha. Number 2 क्या RPI tu na kuribo na kuribo.
Kuribo.
Ani ni ba RPI tu witu na kuribo na kuribo. Witu na kuribo na kuribo. Thank you.
After verification, it has been informed that the public approached the Deputy Commissioner of Mon and the Block Development Officer, Oting, on May 3rd and requested them not to release the MGNREGA fund. However, despite repeated appeals to the concerned authorities, the voice of the public has been ignored and the funds have been released. It further stated that till date, no work has been done and the money that was supposed to be received by the beneficiaries were not received. Following the declaration of lifting of non-cooperation towards the Indian security forces on April 28, the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization held a joint consultative meeting today at the Konyak Union Hall in Mon Town. While giving brief accounts on how ENPO had initiated groundworks based on the endorsement from the concerned bodies prior to the lifting of non-cooperation towards the Indian security forces, the ENPO president had categorically made the stand clear that the people of the Eastern Nagaland had not given up its stand. He also said that with the support of other Naga Britons, the ENPO shall continue to fight for justice against the barbaric acts meted out to the innocent civilians on the fateful day December 4 and 5th at Oting village and Mon Town respectively, wherein 14 innocent lives were mercilessly shot dead and several others injured. Following the incident, he said the people of the Eastern Nagaland had declared non-cooperation towards the Indian security forces on December 14 at Longlang Town. However, he explained that in order to pave way for smooth physical interaction with the government of India and for arriving at the desired conclusion at the earliest, the ENPO had on April 28 temporarily lifted the non-cooperation towards the Indian security forces. Reiterating its earlier demand for justice, the House also resolved to urge the central government, Ministry of Defence, to grant prosecution sanction as sought by the state government, and based on prosecution sanction, the culprit should be booked under relevant court for trial and bring the action taken in the public domain. The organization further resolved to appeal to the centre to extend compensation to the families of the victims and to those who have sustained lifelong injuries. In the event of the delay in delivering justice as sought, the ENPO cautioned that it shall take its own course of action. Army Chief General Manoj Pandey said the investigation into the December 4 firing incident in Nagaland's Mon district has been completed and the report is now undergoing legal scrutiny. In an interaction with a group of journalists, he also suggested that standard operating procedures and drills could be refined based on the findings of the report. The botched counter-insurgency operation at Oting village in Mon district of Nagaland claimed the lives of 14 civilians and it triggered a massive public outcry in the state. The army had ordered a high-level inquiry into the incident. The probe team was headed by a Major General. The investigation into the Mon incident has been completed. The report has been submitted and presently the legal scrutiny of the report is taking place, General Pandey said. The Army Chief indicated that the report delved into aspects such as a revision of the standard operating procedures and refining the drills. General Pandey suggested that a process of addressing shortcomings would be based on the findings of the report. Irked over the lack of response from the concerned department over shortage of teachers on the Tsirangkong range, the Tsirangkong Students' Conference TKM today held a peaceful procession where more than 500 students took part. The peaceful rally started from Wati Yim village gate to Mua Yimti junction and concluded at Tsirangkong border magistrate at Tsengpa Waling. The students submitted a representation letter copy through Tsirangkong Border Magistrate to be forwarded to the SDEO, Mangkolamba and Principal Director, Department of School Education.
My name is Tum Susuna and I am from Government High School, Surangong. We are in the streets today because of shortage of teachers in the school. For many years, we are without maths teacher. We have only one science teacher who alone cannot manage to teach all the classes for both maths and science subject. And we also don't have language teacher in our school. So we want the government to understand our condition. We demand our government to send us teachers to teach us.
My name is Nakshina. I'm from Government High School, Surangong. We want to ask the government some questions. Why are we in the school if we are not provided with sufficient teachers? Schools are built to educate us, but where are our educators? Where are they now? Why is the government spoiling and ruining our life in our future?
School e jalan due anytime west Korea master ekta bari subject duita national way maths nule science ekta master bari aro besibak master bi nai aro mukon besibak puri lage time west Korea aro du chiri school chuti gina ni jai aro school e aibo master ekta bari subject ekta lo gina dagibo du chiri roll call lo gina do kun bi nai.
TKM President Mlisanap informed that the TKM has been raising the issue and submitted representation to the concerned department on many occasions, but turned deaf ears to just demand. The union has exhausted all means and has restored to peaceful procession to raise our grievances, he said.
The Surangong range has a good number of students enrollment. However, we lack teaching staffs in our areas. This issue has been raised and representation has sent to the concerned departments for the past few years, yet there is no positive response from the concerned departments regarding the teacher shortage. We have exhausted all means, therefore we the Surangong Students' Conference stage a peaceful processions to raise our grievances. If the state government prioritize quality education, then this shortage of teachers can be termed as a quality education. Therefore, we would like to appeal the governments to deploy teachers and various schools under Surangong range at the earliest.
In the letter, the TKM stated that without teachers, there is no significance. Even the department is conducting numerous activities, training and program. It warned that TKM will take up various forms of agitation till the matter is looked into and requirements are addressed. TKM also pointed that a total of 14 teachers, maths, science, Hindi and other subjects are immediately required in schools under Surangong range. As per TKM data, the GHS Surangong caters to more than 20 villages and surrounding areas has been facing shortage of teachers, infrastructure, assistance and numerous other difficulties. There are 778 students enrolled under various government schools under the range.
Ami Mrs. W. Alila, Surangong Government School, parent body nunge member ka. Ami member ekta ase. Ami iman salmon tu kurikana pacakan ki sai ahado. Sob din school di iman climate kurum jakade. Sob din school di jabo teacher sufficient nai. Ami kan atibi chuti hoise, hoina. Iman kurum di iman tu pra school di jabo kurai kana ahibo. Itu bisi imun tu kurai kana sai thakise. Atibi ami pacakan tu saile. Suku bani ulai jai. Government bra chuldi itu pacakan true education babu ni mede. Government bra chuldi saile phalase. Ami pacakan sai kana do mun tu kurado. School di man bimar helibi tu kuri kana japo. Kurai kana aibo. Ai kana parents kan ke master nai itu listen puribo lage. Parents kan ke huti kana notes pi bunai kana puri ase.
A two-day First Nagaland's Education Connect Conclave 2022 under the aegis of Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland and the Northeast Educational Council got underway today at Capital Convention Centre in Kohima. Addressing the inaugural function, Nagaland School Education and SCERT advisor KT Sukhalu said that it is important that proper information, knowledge about the educational institutions of choice and customized information access to a wide array of educational institutions across India at a single platform to explore and exercise options is made available to the students.
State Nagaland. There is a need to address these challenges as a lack of awareness should not lead to the loss of opportunity for our students. It is important that proper information, knowledge about the educational institution of choice and customized information access to a wide array of educational institutions from across India at a single platform to explore and exercise options is made available to our students. As mentioned earlier, my dear students, please do not shy away.
Advisor of Technical Education and Elections, Meadow Yoka, said that the core mission and target vision of Education Connect is to provide platform and to rope in the participation of the firms or company or corporate desiring to invest in the education sector of the state. Yoka said that there is a huge opportunity for investors to come up and set up schools, colleges, educational trusts, technical college, etc. in Nagaland.
And to create a system that can handhold and facilitate the society in general and the younger generation in particular on advancement and progression of human resources. A quality which is in inherent abundance within the Naga youth. The government of Nagaland, under the initiative of Aiden, came up with a concept and is today conducting this Education Connect conference, a first of its kind in the state. The core mission and the target vision of this EduConnect is to provide a platform and to rope in the participation of any individual firms or companies or corporates desiring to invest in education sector in the state of Nagaland.
IDN Chief Executive Officer Alam Tamshi Jamir, who also spoke at the program, said that education, although not exactly being an IDN mandate, has today come within its radar as a sector that has tremendous potential of investment in setting up institutes of medicine, engineering, technical, digital, management and other vocational and skill building institute in Nagaland, which the government cannot cover all. The Education Expo intends to connect students seeking admissions with premier colleges and institutes of the country. It aims to enable students to obtain first-hand information about admission to colleges and institutes, courses offered, fee structure, free education, scholarships, education loans, options for fellowships abroad, etc. The 6th edition of Acaba Cup 2022, a national Christian football championship under the aegis of Sports Coalition of India, commenced today at Indira Gandhi Stadium, Kohima. The tournament is being hosted by Ketem Go Sports International, with participants from Goa, Kerala, Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Manipur, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura and Nagaland.
With the first goal.
Gracing the opening ceremony as the special guest, Advisor Youth Resources and Sports Engineer Zale Nika said that Acaba Cup is not only a promotion of football but Christianity across the country through unity in sports. It also provides a wholesome gathering of any form of Christianity around India to partake in the tournament and to glorify the Almighty God as one, he said.
All the players of different states present here to show some interest in the points I wish to share. First of all, self-discipline. Disciplining oneself is one of the most important things for a sports person, as it helps the sports person to focus and attain the ability to work towards achieving their goals without any distraction and be a winner. When you play, you should drive yourself to work harder so that you can refine your skills, your gifts, and talents that God has given you. And with that, you can remind yourself and the people around you that God has cheerfully and wonderfully made you.
Sports Coalition of India convener Kennedy D. Silva said that this tournament is not just a competition in football but also to worship God through the talent that He has given, to bring honor and glory on this football tournament. He said that this tournament is the preparation for India team that will participate in the 4th edition of the Unity World Cup 2022, which will be held from December 7th to 14th, 2022 in Venezuela. Kennedy also announced that they are planning to have the next Unity World Cup 2024 in India and that will be held in Nagaland.
The government of Nagaland to take this initiative of getting at least about 18 international teams, including Brazil, and all of them to come to play in your home state. We believe this is going to promote not only Christianity but also promote tourism for your state. It's going to promote a lot of different things because people from different countries going to be here, and that will be a great platform for you as 90% of Christians in this state. We want to acknowledge that this is the place that Jesus wants to bring all Indians to, and the people from all over the world, to see what the missionaries did in the past and what's happening right now. So we want to encourage the government of Nagaland along with the team of Get Them Go Sports Ministry of Nagaland, which has taken this initiative of organizing this event to make it possible to see if the 2024 Unity World Cup can come back to India and especially in Nagaland.
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.